I mean, you were like the chillest, most laid back woman I know.
Well,
I
that's
remember I have one memory. Well, I have many memories, but one, we didn't even know each other in the flesh.
hmm
And the Tread Studio was still
at Christopher
at
Street.
Christopher Street.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, I mean, just get, if you get me in, just, I'm in.
I'll be
Like,
there.
I like her. I mean, we virtually knew each other for
A
like, I feel like
while.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah,
Minnie
it was a
Apple.
while. Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
the best leaderboard name. Um, so yeah. So I wanted to just chat with you about how you're a fierce competitor, a mama.
I by trade am a change management consultant. So I act as an internal consultant at whatever company I'm working for right now. I work for a shipping and logistics company. But I help really when change is being driven out into the organization, I help leaders get ready for it so they understand how to coach their teams through it. I help put strategies and communications together to make sure that we're thinking about the seat, so the people who are going to receive the change and how we're going to get them through it so they adopt it. Um, and with that, though, I've gotten the chance this particular company to kind of take that and play with it a little bit. Like when people ask me what I do now, and I'm through our HR team, I kind of like call myself a problem solver now. Like I by trade am a change management consultant. So I act as an internal consultant at whatever company I'm working for right now. I'm not a title driven person in my career. I'm not a right, like I'm a experience driven person.
Right.
Like as long as I'm getting opportunities to work on things or work with people or lead people that like make me excited and help me know that I'm stretching and growing and putting new tools in my toolkit, then I'm usually pretty happy. And I think that's why I've been staying at this company because I
Right.
continue to get that.
And going back to your chill nature, that's why you're such a good problem solver.
Oh, thank you.
And
That
I
is
think
very
that,
kind of you to say.
well, I think that being a mom, you just you have to learn how to, pivot,
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
right?
I think that becoming a mom was at least for me, right? Like this is my personal experience was kind of the last one of like a brick in the wall for me, like that really like made me more foundationally solid in how I thought about work because it one brought such a different perspective for me, right? Like I was very much a professional who was so concerned about what others thought about me that I said yes a lot and I agonized over things, right? Like I would take my work home and just agonize over it. And then I wouldn't come into a situation with that clear head that you're giving me credit for, which is so lovely of you to say.
Right.
Like, and as a mom, yeah, like you have so much other shit going on. Like it puts such perspective, right, on
Right.
work. Like
Right.
I can I can come in and do a really great job and show up and do my thing and I need to walk away at the end of the day because I have more important things going on, right, in my
Right.
life.
Right.
So that I think in and of itself has like continued just to teach me how to do that more effectively. I'm still not perfect at it. And then helps me show up better, right, in both places, right? Because I
Right.
get to flex at work and come and be challenged there, but I've really learned how to walk away and keep in perspective and come home and then be mom, right? Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Right.
I think that becoming a mom was at least for me, right? Like this is my personal experience was kind of the last one of like a brick in the wall for me, like that really like made me more foundational and be
Right.
there. And I'm fiercely protective of that part of it.
Yeah.
So,
I have the ability to work out whenever I want, but like if I
yep,
don't like get it done, then I'm walking around all day in my gym clothes.
yeah,
So I've learned to like just drop and
yep,
just go. And
do
I
it.
immediately, it's so, I immediately feel better.
Abs- so true. Like I I'm very similar to you, Court. If I don't, one, I have to have a plan, right? Like I just do because again, I'm at a point in my life where I'm busy enough with work, with the kids that I used to be able to do exactly that, put the workout clothes on and be like, it'll get done at some point during the day,
Yeah.
right? It will.
Right.
And that doesn't happen for me anymore because I'm just like get so involved in other things. And then
Right.
I'm at the end of the day and I'm in these workout clothes and I'm like, it didn't work out.
Done. Then, I'm walking around all day in my gym clothes.
Yeah.
So I've learned to like just drop and just
Yep.
go. And
Do
I
it.
immediately,
And I am the same way. I mean, and this is not like great, like many people say this and believe this, and I've learned this from other people, right? Like just like you said, just dropping and doing it and
right.
getting on. Like I've never once regretted doing that,
Yeah.
right? Like, and it
Yeah.
just sets me up for the day in a way that I want to be set up,
Right.
right?
Right.
And then I'm not agonizing about it and making it a stressful thing and waiting until the end of the day to try to get it in,
Right.
right? Like it's done
Right.
and I feel better.
And
And
I've
yeah,
also gotten to like a point where I'm like, you know what? Like today, I got right into the shower
yep,
and I just was like, I'm not going to get it in.
yep,
So it's okay.
yep,
And
yes,
I yesterday cleaned my closet out, which I've
mm-hmm,
been putting, and it's like there's a place for everything.
yep.
Got
Oh, I
rid of a
love
bunch of
that.
stuff. And so having a
Yes,
place for everything will hopefully, I'll let you know,
yeah.
alleviate the mountain that can accumulate.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes,
And so I'm okay with
yes.
it because I know that it's always there for tomorrow.
Absolutely. I think that's another piece is like not silly analogy, but for some reason it's like stuck with me forever. But things like this, like a workout routine, or if you are on a health, right, like some sort of like specific health thing you're right,
Right.
like we're so hard on ourselves and we
Yeah.
make it almost all or nothing, right? Like
Right.
if I'm not doing it every day exactly perfect, like and I miss a day, like what am I even doing? And
Right.
an analogy I heard is you brush your teeth every day, right? Like, what if you were up super late one night and you just fell into bed and woke up the next morning and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't brush my teeth. Like, are you going to just like throw it out the window and be like, well, I don't brush my teeth anymore. Like, I can't do it. No, you get your ass up, you
I
brush your
love
teeth. Isn't
I
it so,
love
isn't it so simple? I was like, it's silly, but it's like, so
this.
why do we apply that to things like that? And then, right, like make some of these other things like fitness, like, health, all or nothing. It's very silly.
I started like fasting
Love
and I
that.
made it like I did it all January.
Yep.
Um and it's just I wanted to like eat cleaner and like eat less because like
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean menopause like rock,
I,
okay?
I get it.
And it like like my gynecologist was like, "Are you active?" I'm like, "Do you know what Peloton is? Am
Do
I
you know what
active? You know me?"
I
You know
am
what I mean?
active?
And so she's like, the weight's gonna come on. And it's just like, anyway, so I did that in January. And like,
Yep.
here's the thing, like potato chips, for instance, like yeah, they're good. Okay.
Hmm.
But I know that I don't ever just want to have one of them.
Nope. Nope.
So for me,
Same.
I stay away from them or I don't buy them,
Yep.
but I like that analogy because
I think we, as like a lot of women, again, my experience, not painting a brush for everyone, but like
yeah,
we gave ourselves as much grace as we extend to others. We just,
I know.
we, life would be a lot less stressful, but it's
Right.
hard. It's hard to do that for yourself for some
Right.
reason.
Right. Okay. So what is there something that you want to like is on your list, your to-do list
Mhm.
to do? Like a goal? I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be a goal, but like I'll start. Like for
Okay.
me, I put a line of dolls out like when my nephew was born. Like he's
I remember you telling me about
gonna
that.
be
Yes.
25 this weekend. I think he was like 2 years old, maybe 1 or 2 when I did the line.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about bringing them back. Like
I love that.
and for me, not necessarily like to sell them. I just want to like create dolls again. So
Yep.
that's a goal for me.
That's a thing on your list right
Something,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for giving me a couple of seconds to think there. So mine isn't maybe like specifically one thing. Something that has been a goal of mine, probably like about the last year, has been I want to do more things that scare me because I feel like I like have gotten to a place where I've hit my groove in a lot of areas, which is great in some ways, right? And I think for me, I think it kind of goes back to 2020 and the pandemic and just everything was crazy. And so I craved then consistency, right? And I craved getting into a groove so I could just manage, right? And my
Right.
kids were young, like, fairly young at that point, still young, but they were younger then. And I remember specifically that's when actually I joined the company that I'm at now. I was consulting for them and they kept asking me to stay. And I was like, oh, that's so kind. No. And then finally I was like, actually, I don't want to go to another consulting gig and have to prove myself all over again because that's just not where I'm at right now. And
Right.
so now, 5 years later now, and I feel like I felt an itch, I think, for the last year to say, okay, that served me well for that time period, right? Like
Right.
time and place for everything. But now I'm feeling this itch, and I don't specifically know what it is, right? But it's I think how I'm trying to like step into it is say yes to things that scare you, right? And so honestly, taking this this senior leadership role that I'm in now and tripling the size of my team scared me. And so,
Oh,
and
Nikki.
there was a part of me that was like, it would just be really comfortable to stay with managing my small team and just fly under the radar.
Right.
And made like I obviously did a lot of thinking about it, and I made the decision to say yes and step into something that scares me and challenges me. So that's like on the work front, on on the home front, even I'm looking for those things. And we were talking about my son earlier doing his theater thing, and I he has asked me a couple of times, because this company that he has been doing these plays with, every once in a while they have one that adults can do too, and he's like, I would love for you to try out with me sometime. So
I
I
just
have like
listen.
told
I just
myself.
got the full body chills, and if you do that,
Oh, I've
uh,
told him again. I said yes to something that scares me. I said I will try out for the next play that adults can try out for, and hopefully then maybe we could be in a play together and have that experience. And like I love, like when I was little, I loved to sing. Like there, like I am living vicariously through this cool experience that he's having, and I'm like, okay then, like say yes and have it yourself then. Like you know, big baby,
you
do it. So
immediately you are doing that
I
because
have to, right?
he's
Yeah.
so cute, and he's even cuter that he wants you to do that with
I
him.
know. It's really, really sweet. Really sweet. So,
I
so that is my goal, Court, I would say, at least in this phase of my life right now, right? Is say yes to more things that push me outside my comfort zone.
I am doing another thing like I've been doing. I really wanted to see if I wanted to work with kids, and I love 4 and 5 year olds. And I did this like little this art these art camps, and this little girl's like, "Are you old?" I'm like,
You're like,
"Yeah,
well, that's
yes, I am. Yes, I am old."
that's an eye of the beholder kind of question there, dear.
Yeah, but I'm going into middle school. So this is another thing which I'm a little bit scared. I mean, they're no match for me, but
You'll be
like they're scared.
exactly what that. Oh, middle schoolers are
Yeah.
like a special. That is a special time in a human's life. There are
They're,
hormones. There is no
yeah.
attention span.
Yeah. Right.
Yep. There's a lot. So
Right.
yeah.
And Tegan, like I'm doing it in his class, like
Oh,
because he was
cool,
like
Court.
having a little bit of I'm like, we should do this. Like, you know
Yeah.
how like these little like bag charm things are so in and everybody has
Yes.
like so that's what we're gonna do. We're going to go in, the kids are gonna like make up a character, give a little bio, and then I'm gonna help them make the charms. And he's
That's so
like
cool,
it
Court.
was Tegan, we were like spitballing
Like
yesterday
collaborating on it
and
together.
collaborating.
That's
I mean,
cool.
so yeah, I'm a little scared, so I'll let you know how it goes
Please
because
do. Please do. Yeah.
like I'll go into school and they're
Like you said, they're
like,
no
yeah,
match for you.
yeah,
They're
they're
gonna
no
love
match.
it and they're gonna love you. So
Like, is that your mom? She ate with that coat. I'm like, what?
what are you even saying?
What are you saying? Can you speak correctly?
No, turns out.
So yeah,
Oh, I
well,
love it.
I really enjoyed talking to you.
Mm,
I miss you.
I I miss you so much. Thank you
Looks
for
so
asking
good
me
in
to do
red.
this. Oh, thank you. And my headphones
And
too, right?
yeah, but red's your color. Red's your color.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Um,
I miss you, Court, and I just love you so much. So thank
stay
you for asking me to do this. I would talk to you all day long.
great weekend.
You too. You too.
I love
Thank
you.
you. I love you too. Thank you
This,
so
this
much for
is gonna
thinking of me for
be
this. It was so fun to
yes,
chat.
this is gonna be so great because I have a lot of good snippets.
I
I've
love it.
created a huge project for myself because
I'm
now I have
so
now I'm an editor.
now you got to like bring it all together.
Now I'm an
Totally.
editor.
I
Okay.
can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Everything that you do is the freaking coolest. So I can't wait to see it.
All right. Love you, babe.
I love you too. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye,
We'll
bye,
talk
bye.
soon.
Bye.
Bye, Court.
You too. See ya.